Have you ever walked into an assignment thinking, I'm ready, I'm professional, and then all of a sudden the topic hits something raw? Maybe it's a diagnosis you've lived through, or maybe it's like an immigration where your own family are still tendering, or that moment where you're not just interpreting, you're carrying your own life into the room. And these are moments nobody prepares us for. Hi, I am Nene, and I am a speaker trainer coach. And I help interpreters and translators, language professionals, and even shy but capable individuals navigate those internal challenges that is holding them back so they can confidently step into their role. And in today's video, we'll be talking about one of the hardest, least discussed challenges in our field when the job gets personal and how to protect your confidence without shutting off your own humanity. And a lot of us, we've now identified that we over-identify with what we are interpreting in. Like whatever it is we're doing, we feel like, yes, we're in that thing. But the trap is we're either in two camps. We're numb to what's happening with this robot, like we don't have we lose that connection, or we get swept to the emotion and then we lose presence. And what this thing is costing so much. It's costing the hesitation of doing the role. We get the burnout of like so invested in the thing that we're so emotionally captured in it that we start shrinking from the job. So and the job we know we can do so well, it starts affecting us in all these ways. So I really want us to see this way, like, you know how like I'm one of those people. I don't know if you do. If you do share in the comment section. I carry an umbrella 365 days or 66 days a year, whether it's the hottest day or there's an umbrella in me. And that is in two folds. It's like I literally using it and it's just like a protective thing. Because look at it this way. We carry umbrellas, right? Or we have something in the storm. Having the umbrella doesn't mean the rain's going to stop. The rain is going to will be there, but with the umbrella, we don't get drenched. We don't get the raindrops in us. Maybe the feet might get the tamper, but we don't because that umbrella is there to protect us from the storm that is happening, the raindrops that we're following. And you know how, like, electric circuits, you have this fuse or this thing that like protects it. It kind of like stops the electricity when if it's too much power going in. There's this trigger. Like there was a time in my home, every time it's like always having to push the thing back, but it kept going back because one of the electrical socket had, I think, overpowered, or it ended up being there was motor poured on it, so it kept protecting from that spark. So it's stopping that. So what was happening there was like the thing was triggering, stopping the overflow from frying the system and then becoming flame fire, whatever that is. When we like see it that way, when we're now in this space trying to do our thing and we're feeling like, yeah, I'm professional. But being professional doesn't mean you don't feel. Doesn't mean you don't like pain doesn't affect you. Doesn't mean that you're like this thing. No. What it means is you create a space between the story that is happening in front of you and your own story. That's what we need to do and anchor in. And I want to share three ways we can anchor in to protect yourself in those situations, in those moments where you feel like, oh my goodness, this is my story. This is my, like, I am like literally, I know someone, we're battling this, or I'm not triggered by this. What can we do before? We need to like set boundaries for ourselves. We need to really anchor in ourselves because the key is we are here to serve. We're here to communicate. We're here to translate. But we're not here to carry that home. We're not here to like, okay, now this is what's happening and that's it. And one of the things that I do and I share with my clients in a way to protect themselves with this is you visualize yourself stepping into, you know how actors wear like a costume before they go in, and then when they're done with the theater show, whatever, they take it off and at the end of the day and then they're off. The same is true for us. We need to have this protective thing that we have for ourselves to protect us from what's being, be it like being in a bubble, wrapped up in a bubble of arms, like a shield that doesn't prevent the empathy or anything flowing through, but it has this protective elements in there. And during the thing when we need to truly be present is where we can then like ground ourselves to that. Maybe like through breathing, a posture, or doing something like with a pen, or even like something that would like interrupt the pattern so that we can become present in there. We're not drawn in, and that's not getting that emotional pull in there. Having that understanding that in that situation, you are just a channel. You are not the container of whatever is going on. It's just going through you. Having that would just allow you to stay human and also empathetic without drowning in it. Because it's so key. And then afterwards, when you're processing what's going on, you're processing, okay, don't just walk away and then just bury it and like, okay, and release it. Like you like have the moments to just reflect, debrief, even if it's a peer or with and one of my first favorite ones that I like to do is just silently just give grace to the people you just serve. Send them the love, the support to like be able to carry that which they're carrying by having that grace, not literally like, necessarily saying it to them, but sending it energetically to them and just journaling about the experience. Like, what does that mean to like how, like anchor in like how you've grown, like what you pulled from them, how you're able to like go past this. Because when it's like when you're crossing a river, yes, your feet will get wet while you're crossing, but you don't have to stay in the water because you're crossing through. And then it dries off when you get to the other side, and then you keep moving. So when we can see it, like in that moment, you might have the feeling, the emotion, but when you get to like once it's over and you send the grace, you've done the reflection, you've done this, you're back to your being. When we can really get back into what true confidence mean is, it's never about you're never going to be touched by the work you do, or you're never going to be affected by what you're doing. It's about having those inner tools to walk you through those moments, those situations without losing yourself. And that's how you stay strong. That's how you keep serving, and that's how you keep showing up, building those reps, building those things that you know will support you moving forward. So now the challenge for today that I want to set you up to think about is, let me ask you, where in your career did you ever do a job that got personal, and how did you handle it? Because for me, I I've had miscarriages, and I not knowing, one of the jobs I went into was having to interpret to a couple who were losing their child. And in that moment, the flashback of the emotions, of the feeling of what I felt, and seeing what they were going through was hit home. And having that protection and the phrase of like, it's not my story. It's there, like really protecting myself and really sending that love and grounding and be personal. Because I would have like, when the tears came rolling down, it would have like so easily have calmed down mine. and would have. But what would have happened was my personal story would have taken over, and the presence of being there as the role I'm there would have just been blurred in how I showed up. But I was able to just be centered and know. And then afterwards, having that reflection of what that meant and how I'm able to honor, feel, not dismiss, but anchor it back into what I'm doing. So I'd really love to hear your views, how you were able to handle your situation. Because it is inevitable in our space that we will come across things that we know someone or it is personal, it's happening to us or that's happened to us, and how we get to move past that when we can know those things that we can do before, during, and after, anchoring ourselves in, getting that protection, and knowing that we're just this channel and it's just we like and sending the grace, sending the love, and really reflecting and speaking, do we then get anchored? And then the next time we're in similar situation or others, we get it's easier to like really break free from that than really like sitting deeper into it. So if you've really if this hit home or you've uh, touched you or you know someone who would really benefit from this video, do share with them so that they can then start having tools in place in their toolbox to start anchoring them in supporting them in the roles and the different things that they do moving forward. And yes, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Till next time, bye for now.